Thanks to EA for sponsoring this video. Hey lovelies, it's Kate. Welcome back to another Sims 4 speed build. I decided to build a farm in Chestnut Ridge, and this world is part of Horse Ranch, and at first I wasn't sure if I would like to build a really typical horse ranch, or if I would like to go more into a Hanford on Bagley direction, and I ended up building a really typical farm. But I also ended up building it in Chestnut Ridge, so I guess I kind of mixed both styles and it's kind of a crossover, and I had so much fun building this. Here I'm starting to work on the exterior. I knew that I wanted to have a really cute farmhouse right in the center of the lot, so this is the focal point of this build. Before we continue, I want to remind you that you can use code EMERALD in the EA app and thesims.com when purchasing Sims 4 packs. You can use my code at checkout. Simply click on apply promo code and type in Emerald to support me and my channel. I get a 5% commission and during sales a 7% commission. And there's currently a holiday sale which has some amazing highlights for you to check out. Thank you so much for your support. And for this house, I had no clear design direction. My idea was to build a super dreamy farm. I really wanted this to look very cozy. I also wanted to use color combinations which made everything look so much more beautiful and cozy, but I made so many changes to this house. So you will see that I'm going to make changes to the layout of the house. I'm going to change the color, and eventually I'm going to end up with a red exterior because I felt like I don't know, just wanted the exterior to pop. I really wanted you to really see, okay, that's the farm building. And I don't know, it just wasn't looking right. So I made so many changes to this. And at some point, I wasn't really sure if I would like to replace the house, but I ended up keeping it and I'm happy with how it turned out. But it was definitely a journey and a process. I ended up using a so-called gambrel roof, and if you want to create a roof like this, which is like really common for farm builds, I guess, I would recommend using a room in the center, and you can use the lowest wall height available, which is best for this mostly. And you can build a regular roof at the top, and then you build half gabled roofs on the sides and you line everything up. But in case you're interested and curious, I've recently released episode 1 of my Building Masterclass series, and there's going to be a roof tutorial coming as well, and I'm definitely going to cover everything you want to know about any roof type and how to really make a roof look good on a big build and everything. So it's coming, so you can check out episode 1, which covers floor plans, on my channel if you want to. And I'm also definitely going to talk about roofs very soon, which I'm very excited about. I generally feel like roofing is such a controversial topic. You either love it or you hate it. It's also something that's considered to be quite difficult. We used to have an auto roof feature in previous Sims games, and this is something a lot of players want to have back because then you can just build, and then once you're done the exterior and only the roof is missing, you just click on auto roof and that's it. But personally, I was never a fan of that feature. I don't think that we have lost anything by not getting an auto roof feature in The Sims 4 because like it never really took your build shape properly into account. The auto roof feature, of course, didn't know what you were really creating, which architectural style you were going for. The results were like wild. Like, this is what I remember. Please share your auto roof stories in case you've like used the feature. I think it's super interesting. I'm like confused if this has ever really worked for anyone, because clearly some people want it back. Maybe like one of us is misremembering. Maybe I'm just thinking it was bad, but it wasn't. Or maybe some people think it was good and it wasn't. I have no idea, but I feel like if you want to have a nice roof on your build, you want to do it yourself, so you're really happy with it. And I know it's complicated, but at the same time it's not. We will figure this out together in the tutorial, but also I just think it's fascinating that there was an auto roof feature. I used so many debug items for this build. You can see a beautiful fence over there, also these hedges and these wood planks on the ground. And I mainly used objects from Cottage Living and Horse Ranch because this was kind of the main theme for this build, and I wanted this to be like a hybrid. So I feel like the whole vibe is giving cottage living because it's very dreamy, and at the same time it's also giving horse ranch because I'm going to include horse items. And I also feel like this looks very American and not like something that you would expect in cottage living, but there are like different vibes going on, and I was just having a lot of fun with this. And you can see that I like randomly placed these items, and at first I had no idea how to use them. I then decided to use this wood plank in different areas, and also these like flower bed objects, which you can use to like plant some crops. So this is like supposed to be a proper farm, and here I'm aligning them. And my idea was to use terrain paint in very specific ways. I knew that I wanted to use the terrain paint from Horse Ranch, as you will see, and Horse Ranch has like two swatches. There's one which is like really dark and one which is brighter, so I've just used the darker color to like create shadows basically. And I knew that I wanted to use the color like everywhere, but I also wanted to leave some areas empty because I knew that I wanted to have like some grass so it looks lush and green. Here I'm working on a very small barn. I've once again like created the same roof that I had created beforehand because I wanted everything to be cohesive. I wanted the barn to have the same look. I was then making adjustments to this, and you can already see that I'm starting to experiment with color a lot more. So for the main house, I had also used this beautiful green swatch. The wallpaper is from Horse Ranch. It's like wood planks, and my initial idea was to have like the green color, but then I wanted to use like a really bright beige, almost white version to then have the shutters in a green color like in front of it. But eventually, as I've mentioned earlier, and as you already saw in the beginning, I'm going to make a lot of changes to this. I just felt like the color wasn't popping, and I really wanted this to be a bit dramatic. And I don't know, just wanted there to be a nice contrast between everything that's going on in the background. I feel like it's such a busy build. There's like so much going on. You can here see how I've placed like some base game plants just for decorative purposes. There's enough space for you to really plant some crops. There are also like chicken coops, so you can have some chickens, and there's like so much going on. You could also have a horse. I also like placed the llama shed where you can have wonderful animals. So this is like really a hybrid build, as I said earlier. I also placed more of these in the front, and I found some of the apple and cherry trees and stuff in debug so I could like plant them. So if you download this from the gallery, everything is already there. You don't even have to plant any trees. I just wanted to see how it's looking, and I just wanted to like place them down so I could really figure this out. And here at this point, the exterior is pretty much done. I've applied the red color, and I then just used these beautiful red flowers from Debug, from Life and Death, to have like more red. At this point, I was completely leaning into the red because I wanted this to be colorful. And initially, I had placed some purple flowers from Debug, but the purple was clashing with the red, so it had to go, and everything just turned red here. I also used this area behind this debug object. It's like this windmill object thingy from debug, and I also placed like this beautiful area for having a barbecue, chilling at the campfire, just really having a good time on the outside. And while I try to make the house as cozy and beautiful as possible, I feel like a huge part about a build like this is like having a beautiful outside as well. I feel like if you play on a lot like this, your Sims will spend so much time on the outside. And this is the interior. I've used items from Horse Ranch a lot for this interior. For the inside, I wanted to go full on Horse Ranch, and I was going for this color, like for the cabinets and the counters, and the color is super similar to the wallpaper. So I feel like the interior is like really muted. It's like pastel wood, kind of. It really has like a pastel vibe to me, and it's still like it has some warmth to it still, and it's looking cozy, but it's like a really interesting color and color combination. And I separated this by using a big island counter, and I like added a wall, and then I added another wall, and I thought, okay, it's like creating this corner, and I then just embraced it and thought, okay, I'm going to add some shelves. This is like such a cute corner just for cluttering and decorating it a little bit. I also added bar stools, and the kitchen was quite spacious, but the build itself is relatively compact, and I just didn't want to have this gigantic open kitchen space. It just wouldn't make sense for a build like this. So I decided to turn it like into a combined kitchen and dining area. So I'm going to place a big dining table in there, and this like filled the space really well, and I felt like it made sense, and it also instantly made the kitchen a little bit cozier. Initially I wanted the counter to go like around the corner and make it even bigger, but I then just removed a part of it to have this beautiful dining table. I also cluttered a bit more, used these wall lamps. I wanted this to be so cozy. I feel like the whole interior has some mansion vibes to it, and at the same time it's like cozy and reminds me of a farm build, but the big island cone and everything definitely scream mansion to me. And also I've used these cabinets which are so high up. I feel like at this point we don't even have to talk about it. It just happens. Like every build I create, every kitchen I create, maybe this would be like a building challenge for me, just creating a regular sized kitchen with cabinets which are not too high up. Also, I'm like super inspired recently. I'm having so much fun here, and if you have like any building challenges or even any shell challenges out there, which we could do on this channel, like if you have any recommendations, also your own challenges, like leave a comment down below. I'm just so excited to like have some fun challenges here on this channel, and I also want to create my own challenges again, but I also feel like just joining a challenge, just having fun, just trying something, I just feel like this would be so much fun. So drop a link or just comment the name of the challenge if you want to, so I can check it out. And this is the living room area. Initially, I wanted to use the cats and dogs sofa. I feel like I was kind of thinking of this cozy vibe, and of course, cats and dogs like has a Cape Cod style, which doesn't make sense here, but it's just such a cozy sofa, like the one from Cats and Dogs, and I just thought, okay, it might make sense, but it didn't. Then simply used the sofa from Horse Ranch and also this desk, and you can see that the desk is like fitting perfectly into this corner and everything is lining up. The only thing that I'm like not super happy about is the stairs, and this is like generally such an issue. Like stairs take up so much space, and I wish we could have some spiral stairs, like proper spiral stairs, which like don't take up a lot of space. Like this would be amazing for this reason alone. I mean, everyone wants spiral stairs and they look amazing, but just think of like having some small, slim spiral stairs, how much space we could save, and a ladder like doesn't make sense here. But like here, these are still 2 tiles wide. I'm going to make them slimmer, and I also like I didn't place the piano. Like my initial idea was to have a piano below the stairs. I like went into full-on mansion mode again in my head, and I thought, okay, no piano here, calm down. You cannot like turn this into a mansion, keep it cozy. So the piano had to go, and I just placed a chess table there because your Sims like have to level up their skills and everything. And I also like stumbled upon this amazing wall art from Horse Ranch, like also recently when I was working on the cabin, and I had no idea that there are like these gems inside this pack. And I feel like even after all these years, you always stumble upon something new. Like you just have to like really take a good look at build mode, filter by pack. There's always something new, which is like so weird. Also for Lost Ark, we have this gigantic mirror. And when the pack came out, or when I was in the early access, I didn't notice the mirror, and I then like noticed, oh my gosh, or like some type of really fancy bar. I just stumbled upon it recently too, and like there's so many objects, and I feel like when a pack comes out, I check everything out, but I'm still missing objects. I don't know if it's just me, because sometimes I'm like a little bit chaotic, or does it also happen to you? Please let me know if it's just me. It just happens all the time. And this is the main bathroom at the bottom. It's a small house. It only has 2 bedrooms, and then we have 2 bathrooms because I was able to squeeze in this bathroom at the bottom, and then there was enough space for a small bathroom at the top. I've used a shower tub combination, and I was just trying to make this look cozy as well. And I just thought, okay, it's making sense to have as many bathrooms as possible. And you could also like remove the bathroom at the top and turn this into a smaller, more compact bedroom maybe. You can here see it like on the right side. I have already furnished it here at this point. And we have the main bedroom in the center, perfectly lining up with the window. I love like when this happens. This shape just makes sense. I mean, recently we've talked so much about floor plans on this channel. Like look at this. This is like a really well proportioned bedroom probably. I feel like it's making sense. And I then like had this beautiful room here on the left side, and this small nook was just perfect for a dresser. And then we have the bed on the left side. You could also totally like place some bunk beds in here or something. So if you need more space, you could do it like this. But this build is like all about the exterior, and it's not like about having a big family on this lot. I mean, I've created probably some bigger ranches or farms, like when the packs came out, but this is like, I don't know, I just wanted to have something more cozy, more compact, something that's like really cute and not too gigantic. It's kind of what I ended up doing here. And this is almost it. This video is slowly coming to an end. Before the video ends, I want to once again remind you that you can use code EMERALD in the EA app and thesims.com to support me in my channel. You can apply code EMERALD and I get a 5% commission, and during sales a 7% commission. Thank you so much. And yeah, I've added so many screenshots so you can really check out what's going on here. This build is, of course, available in the gallery. My ID is KateEmerald, so you can go and grab this and let your Sims move in. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for your amazing support. Thank you for being here. And yeah, if you haven't checked it out yet, you can check out episode 1 of my building masterclass on my channel. It's about floor plans, and there is so much more coming very soon. Thank you so much for watching. I love you all so much. Bye bye.